Ladies and gentlemen,
Hey.
beasties and ballers, welcome to week 2 of the Neo Crown series. I am your humble host, Ultra. I am joined here by my lovely friend Coolkat, whatever his name is.
That's me.
I don't think it's Coolius, gonna level with you.
It is.
What's up, my friend?
Well, yeah, I've just been, working as a mod and just spectating all of the wonderful matches that have been happening in the Nero Crown series, just organizing all of them. And I'm really excited for this one upcoming right now.
Yeah, we have Skarme versus Pummy in that sense. It's a battle that we've seen before as far as the teams are concerned. On Skarme's side, it's definitely there's more slower paced options meant to whittle someone down, and some surprise offense here and there, but mostly it looks like the game plan is to just play a control team and chip people down without any recourse. Yep. And on Pummy's side, rousing strike Hopra, ultimate attack Shloom, Rash, fetch him, demolish Bongus, There's a lot of offense here, a lot of capability. Notably, there's no single beastie on Pummy's team that is full plus 30. The closest we get is plus 29 body power Shloom.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see if... Yeah.
Very interesting.
Go ahead. Yeah.
I was just going to say, very interesting stat spreads. And you don't really see many welcoming Bonguses a lot, so I'm very excited to see how this team performs, especially against Dreadmist.
And the most of the time you see welcoming Bongus, it's still with drums. But Bongus without drums, and in fact running Demolishes. Demolish and Clearfield, in fact. Against the Dreadmist of Skarme, it's probably going to help either way. Let's get the map. I'm gonna go hop into where our player's waiting. Alright.
Should be set.
Should be set. We are fairly nice, just waiting for the word to be given out by the person actually running the stream. By the way, shout out Mari. Thank you, Mari. Absolute goat. A lot of things would not be happening without her. God bless. Thanks to the rest of the mods as well. I'm just here with the ideas. I'm the ideas guy, and I talk on the microphone. In fact, Coolkat made the form, I think. It's awesome. So I think, all being said, running Bongus for the emotional support. Absolutely wonder. Alright, I believe we are good to go.
Very valid reason to run Bongus.
Oh, true. Every single one. Alright.
Great.
Now, as far as we actually have the entire team graphic up.
Okay, the match is starting.
Oh, hold on. These are the Yeah, we're killing with. All right. Kick things off. Oh yeah, this is the alleged birds. The alleged birds versus the tiny tacos.
Yep. Alright, well, we're gonna go ahead and see a rousing strike from Hopra.
Yeah, it's about the only serve you could see from this side of the team, granted.
Yep. Setting up that jazz to early before the Dreadfulness can come out.
It's true.
And we will likely see a heat up from the Delusia to get that chip damage early.
Oh, we should probably start calling them by their nicknames because people got confused last time. I only barely remembered now too.
Well, Misty
That's
the
right,
Delusion.
Freya. Yes, Misty. Known for taking hits and not giving a damn what the field condition is. Of course, Ruby, Rain and Dreadful Mist and Eruption. Foggy as well, if I remember correctly. Oh no! Is it? Surely not. It is foggy. Yeah.
But we're seeing that Dreadful Mist setup.
Yep, Deluja, of course not. Sorry, Misty. Of course, not caring. And the clouds prevents it from being affected by fields. Very useful for a team like this. Menace coming out in hopes of getting a cheeky ultimate attack off.
Unfortunately, it doesn't happen.
Emma's gonna have to.
But that is still a body invested Shloom, and that bounce is going to hurt.
Yeah, this is true. Most painful bounce I've seen in my life. Ooh, sure does. These people are playing fast, by the way. Heat up is gonna make it very miserable. By the way, noteworthy. Shloom is Arutema is feeling too sweaty. Already loses 8 from Dread. Already loses 10 from Ancient. That is getting chipped down incredibly fast. Rousing Strike coming out here.
Minus 38 in a single turn.
I think next turn it has a chance to just drop. That's 48 stamina drop if Shloom doesn't leave the board right now. There's a chance here, of course. I'm only noticing it right now. If Skifrig comes into the top slot, then they can bounce it to the but True Strike going down.
Yeah. Really trying to get that Shloom out early.
Removed. August is on the field. Has to pat at least once.
Yeah.
Oh, the field is already looking so chaotic.
Well, luckily Bongus can help fix that.
This is true, actually.
And demolish.
Clear field demolish. It's not gonna save Freya from getting chipped down, of course. Minus 25 from Quake. Oh, Bupasaurus is what I should be calling you. Oh, that's a dead Freya. Oh no, is it?
Yeah,
because Rain only subtracts 10. Yeah, chipped down to hell and back. Bupasaurus, of course,
to the point where
just
Eruption
fine.
wipes it out.
Yeah, with no drums to prevent the sweaty, this might come down to a lot more control than I thought it would.
Very much so. Setting the Dread up yet again.
Gets set up again.
No, that's a Bongus.
Angry as well. This is the because you can't feel Jazz. That's gonna put a real blow on Doggy here. His name is Doggy. Oh,
Doggy the
now whoever switches out for Bupasaurus. Oh yeah, sorry. I've just remembered. Someone's pointed it up to me rather lovingly. Even if it was drums, Misty here ignores field effects, so no one cares. No one cares if it's drums normally prevents sweaty from going off. Misty does not care. Misty can sweaty anybody from anywhere, anytime. Remember that.
That's a very good point.
That being said, we got Sweat still able to be active as well. Well, you be careful about where you put Bupasaurus here. If Dreadful Mist was still up, it would be entirely free to hit the fetch him, unfortunately. Taking their time, thinking about it real hard. The bench is looking terrible for Pummy.
Yeah, but luckily Bongus can swap out and heal either the Shloom or the Hopper. Possibly.
Also do know, True Strike pierces fetch on Doggy and ignores Bouncy. Fascinating. Also notably, wasted welcoming on a full health Beastie.
Ooh.
We might start to quick set Goo Eyes. We might start to see some very painful things if you hit up into Palomino.
Yeah.
The strategy on this board really does just seem about who can control their game plan better, and so far Skarme is doing incredibly. down in points, but up in tempo if you look at the bench even a little bit.
Buoyant board feeling very noisy to possibly set up a Shloom ultimate attack?
Could be, could be. This quick set is gonna... At the very least, yeah, we're gonna make him bleed for it. Spitball into the top slot. Oh, but if Shloom gets it... Sorry. I forgot what your name is. It's... Arutema. You're still gonna feel the pain from that a lot. Also, ultimate attack doesn't actually kill through double block, I don't think. It makes it a double... Makes it a, one of these considerations you have to think about. Either walk to the back or defend the ultimate attack. Really, if there was a guaranteed kill, Pummy would have made it already. I'm pretty sure.
That's true.
So at the very least, there is a
for the double block, which is the correct read.
Oh! Now the bench looks terrible.
Ooh.
Could pass. There's a lot of plays you can do here. Looks like the one that's going to be made is the Goo Goo Eyes. Oh, and the Grit's gonna be able to come out.
Oh, true. Yeah, only the Fetchum survives this. This is very rough for Pummy.
That is a board state that has been flipped in an instant. Tempo completely reverses itself, trying to get welcoming in order to heal something, and it just does not happen. Oh, this is a very uncomfortable position all of a sudden.
It's going to be very rough to come back from this. But we have seen crazier things happen in this game.
We have, this is true. Spitball into the top slot, who comes in? Only Fetchum survives this. Fetchum does in fact come in. Spitball.
That fetch trait is active, increasing Thrash's damage as well.
It's true.
Ooh.
No forward pass to make it lethal for Joel, of course. With that focus. Oh, and Ruby comes back in. Oh, if you play your cards right here, this could be disastrous.
Yes. Even more added chip damage with no more Jazz on the field.
Oh, we're switching it. Now, we've got a double clear field. Oh, not a double clear field, we just have a pass. Clear field pass into Demolish. To which slot? Demolish into...
Ooh. The bottom slot.
Very brave.
And Glamorgan walks up. Opting not to take the double nettle.
Is this true, by the way? Oh, I think it's just because Fetchum needs to switch soon. There's nothing really that can threaten Joel here. There's nothing really that can threaten Glamorgan. Fetchum needs to switch out, or a couple times from now is going to be mincemeat. Actually, this is true for both beasties. Don't give it that free overdrive. Just see what's going on. And now, the stage looks far more set. Yeah. Oh my gosh, there's nothing that can be done here. Switching out to
Ruby, it seems like.
Call. Surely.
Ooh, opting for Misty instead.
Misty is a pretty solid choice here. I would personally say. Quite like the look of it. True Strike Shake Off as well. Heat up to apply even more pressure. Oh!
Completely
Actually,
agree.
with the whistle coming out the board, that is a very good read. We'll see if it's made again. No?
Played into Bongus to try and recover stamina on one of the low beasties.
Ah, but you've completely... Yeah, no, actually, this is as good a call as you're ever going to make. Unfortunately, that Nettle Stinger combo can come out. Really ruin someone's day.
That is true.
Shloom is the last thing on this board that can afford that momentum. Either way, something's going to try and go down now. Fetchum is 8-wipe next turn.
Yep.
Sorry, Doggy is 8-wipe next turn. We'll get there eventually.
opting just to block the fetch him instead of setting up with heat up.
Playing for pace at least seems like a
Ooh.
good decision right now. Oh, net rush into the front.
We instead
Perhaps
tornado ball. And the skull drain?
Oh, this might.
Oh, but the Borb is noisy. So this could just be another ultimate attack
Yeah,
next
but
turn.
pace on the other slots in this team looks so bad right now. And do keep in mind, no jazz, no power boosts, both to the front so they can afford to get a double block off. Doesn't kill either. Buoyant Borb is dead next turn unless there's a crazy read, and then the turn after that looks pretty brutal.
Fortunately so.
It's just
But
one of these
Skarme's
rough
bench is
points.
also pretty chip.
This is true, but they have the only really big attacks on Pummy's side, at least in my head, running through the matchup. Thrash is cancelled out by Dread. Ultimate attack is a 3-block. Your 3-action move. Your only ways of getting 3 actions have just been gone. Oh! Dread prevents noisy as well. And with that, you might as well have just sealed your fate. That's 8 wipe next turn for Buoyant Borb.
Yep.
It's one of them what you call checkmate scenarios. You can only hit into Morgan right now.
And there's nothing else to really pivot into.
Yeah. Oh! Great!
Ooh.
Let's see if that pays off! Alive by 11. Goo Goo Eyes to get the boost. Boosted serves are about to come out, ladies and gentlemen. You thought Cast Elite was rough. Try Joel and Dread. Weepy boosts the grit so that nothing that comes in is able to live now. All you can do is personally bring Bongus in, hope that Hopper survives with a welcoming heal, and then try to force with that bounce mix up. It looks like that's going to be the plan.
Yeah.
Heals 35,
Hopper
so
does
guaranteed
survive.
to get one more turn.
So he needs to make this turn count in order to turn around the
It's
game.
been an absolute climb. All you can do is try to play out of it. That's 33. Doesn't get hurt by it.
But there's a
Walk up.
potential bounce.
If you walk up bounce, it might hurt Ruby enough to get that win. But of course, you could also just hit up into Joel.
Is this a 50-50
Read has
for
been
game?
made. It's a 50-50 for game. The read has been made. Walk up predicting a bounce. Could also be a bounce pass cheer. But if you don't get this turn right, we'll see about it. There's still a consideration to be made. Otherwise, you just hit into the front. Just hoping.
And it was the correct call.
Skarme take game 1.
Wow.
Oh, and just for good measure. Just for that good measure.
Double rain.
A glorious board where everything is wipe. Goodness. That's an incredible game.
Yeah, that was...
Skarme.
Yeah. Very great showings from both
All you
players.
could do as the menace, try to hope Shloom gets hit instead. But you've just been rained twice. Still playing to your outs always. Always a good idea. Oh!
Wow.
Very scary game that was for both sides. Skarme gets another serve.
How do you think the players are going to adapt in this next game?
Well, I think Pummy's going to try to play a little bit faster, a little bit looser with that menace ultimate attack. You have to try and confirm more damage than you did that last game. Rousing Strike isn't really going to work. You might see them lead Tornado Ball if they get the serve again, but really I do think we're just going to see Pummy try to turn up that tempo and Skarme try to figure out ways to get around it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Scary, very scary.
I'm expecting to see Bongus on the field a bit more, just to get that healing off and the dread
Yeah,
cleared.
if you switch out Bongus a lot and then bring it back in to try and clear that dread, Skarme doesn't really have a lot of damage except for that Grit Dugout, which is incredibly scary. But if you can manage to cycle that Bongus correctly, I think the matchup goes a lot more in your favor than it used to be. That being said, it really does look rough for Pummy.
Yeah.
Bongus carried easily.
It's true. Bongus is just the best beastie.
It's a pretty, it ranks relevant for a reason. That being said, I think one of the other beasties we should be keeping an eye on is that what you call it, that Deluja. It can just stand in its own dread, not do a thing about it because in the clouds. That's not the beastie's name. What's the beastie's name? I forgot the beastie's name. Dude, no. It's Misty, yes. So I think personally the two beasties that are pulling the most work for Skarme is obviously you got Joel, and then I think are the two that's doing the most. Ruby, of course, able to chip down the opposition, make sure that nothing's gonna happen there. As far as that's concerned. Well, no, it's just for the people in the chat. Some people who are newer to BC Ball might not know what the BC's names are, so I'm trying to use names so that they don't have to go pause and look up the Beastiepedia every single time I mention a name. I think so far for Pummy, I would say the strongest ones have been Arutema and Buoyant Borb. So
yeah,
you have
absolutely.
to. Yeah. You've got to really take your considerations there. As far as those are concerned. Being said, it's BC Ball's a very tough game. You gotta make your considerations, you gotta be very patient and adaptable about it. Typically, it is the player who makes the most considerations who wins. Of course,
Absolutely.
very, in the community at least, very famous phrase by the Wayward Pirates. Nothing is ever truly a 50-50 in this game. That being said, anything can happen. Let's go into game 2.
All right.
Got Skarme on serve. So no rousing strike, which might suck. As far as serves are concerned, we have a True Strike possibly. We have Eruption, maybe Spitball. It looks like Skarme's going to settle on that True Strike serve.
Yep.
Catch something unawares. Maybe trying to predict that Fetch him stay in. Oh, yes.
Yep.
That exactly.
Very good call.
Incredible call by Skarme. Goodness. That is almost a direct counter. Buoyant Boar. Doggy's traits both ignored by True Strike.
Still getting the Hawkeye off, but not much off of it.
Yeah, it doesn't do much. This is what I mean. Misty stabilizes the field in a lot of ways that the other BCs can't. The threat of ultimate attack is widely shut down by just hitting into Buoyant Boar with that True Strike.
Simply not caring about the field or the BCs.
Yeah, it's scary. Down into Fetch'em. I like that because you're definitely going to block. It's going to be switching out a lot. Whistle here, just in case you switch it out, no avail.
Just to heat up on the Fetch'em.
Yeah. Oh, you could get a forward pass as well if you're feeling greedy. But either way, a Wink's gonna be able to come out. Really start to pepper, chip down, control this field. Goodness.
That is exactly what they try to do.
Yeah. I had just said Wink into Buoyant Board might be a mistake. But really, with no pressure on Skarme to even avoiding into it, you can shut down this game plan for later. Prevent Shloom from having any relevance whatsoever in this match, aside from bounces. Yeah! Oh!
Not coming out at all.
And you get Ruby on the field, and that's when the game really starts.
Pretty much.
You gotta try and get that tornado ball. That flight, that's something. Let something live here.
Yeah, either flight Bongus to try and predict the dreadful mist setup, or you could probably tornado ball one of the beasties out.
Instead, you possibly get a very, very bad mistake here. Or what could be if Pummy doesn't play out of it. I would personally try to use the Fetch'em to bait in Bongus. But Dreadful Mist, yeah, gonna invalidate that Fetch'em for the most part. Wow. Oh, really? Considering that bounce that lost him the point the first time. Skarme's really feeling it. Oh. Oh, here's an idea. It's a 50-50 for an ultimate attack.
Yeah, exactly.
Because if Orb comes in, no, Hawkeye! Very strong, mindful call from Skarme here. Fetch'em's on, Doggy's on 38. Goodness. Now it is a call between heat up and a bounce. Or a thrash and a bounce.
Stepping back is still safe for both
And
players.
yet!
Into thrash.
And yet Skarme! Balls of steel lately! Goodness! That's incredibly brave to hit down with the heat up into Arutema. But granted, now that you've done that, the board does look even worse.
Ooh, the Bongus tagging.
Oh no, oh that's a minus 25 into Arutema. A bounce no matter what.
And the field cleared.
Yeah, just kinda gotta hope. Oh, and because it's bounce, it doesn't matter who gets hit, even if you knock them out. Shloom's gonna be able to live, but there's a tragedy. Is no matter what now, Rain's gonna be able to knock it out.
Ooh, a bounce in the front row. Really maximizing that damage output.
Yeah, it's down. Tema's down. Double shake off. Oh.
And an eruption back up.
Oh,
Trying
for
to
something
make
that
the
switches
field
into
as bad as possible.
If Fetch'em comes into the front, for example. Well, it's fine. Bulbasaurus doesn't need to worry for too long. Just pass into. Yeah.
Well, now that
Clear
Dread
that
Mist is
field.
down, Rousing Strike actually will give off the Jazz. So
Yeah, this is true. There is something to be said about that. Of course, Heat Up is coming out. No drums. Get that Demolish Bongus. Sorry, Demolish Bulbasaurus coming out.
on Sir.
But it doesn't really do anything. It's sort of a position you're caught with your pants down. Skarme is playing incredibly right now, personally. Sacrificing those points just because they can. They have this lead. Now it's a battle to protect it. Yeah, they're doing a really good job.
Yeah. The advantage is there, it's just a matter of pushing it.
Oh, and push it, they decide to do!
Setting up Dread
Spitball
Mist
into
once
boop.
again.
Yeah, you can't clear this field without dedicating to a Demolish now. Interruption might have been worse depending on who comes in. But that Dreadful Mist set is incredible. Whoop is gonna remain down. 5 more turns. Dread prevents Jazz. Doggy's down to 33. And absolutely nothing can threaten, say, Dugout, say... say Joel, say, oh, I forgot your name, I'm so sorry. The little rat-looking one, the one that we don't like, yes, the one with the pink hair, perhaps. Oh, a quick set, Goo Goo Eyes. Could absolutely pull some work. Nothing here can really afford to save it. But for now, we are just
applying
going for that
sweaty.
Oh.
That
Yeah, either
sweaty
way-
application on Joel is preparing for the
Yeah.
grit, possibly next
That's
turn.
a terrible one. It's a battle of considerations here. Hitting up into Doggy. And now Bogus still is not allowed to clear this field. Even worse. Bulbasaurus is not allowed to clear this field. Even worse, Freya is going down next turn because of that 3 sweaty. Unless you want... No, even if you do clear the field afterwards. You have Morgan coming in. Demolish is gonna come out in an attempt to do something.
But it doesn't really do much. And that crowing proc.
Freya does go down. Pass up, maybe? Quick set! Stinger into the bottom slot is the only play that works here. Really at least for me, and my money, I play offense teams, the only one that really gives you all that payoff. It has to be Buoyant Borb here. And even then... Oh, what can you do about it? You really cannot threaten Joel at all from this position. Notably, there is no way to bring Joel back super consistently here. So you are reliant on having to keep it around. Sack for Ruby?
Ooh.
It might be a genius play. Flume's coming up soon, of course.
Trying to play the
But I
long
think,
game.
yeah, I think Skarme has worked this field enough that you can get the win.
I
Of
mean,
course,
looking
is
at Pummy's
sitting up
bench
very
right
carefully.
now,
Demolish comes
there's
out.
no reason not to sack.
Yeah, Demolish comes out, and that's it's close to being curtains. Misty comes back in. Very close here. It's just looking a little bit rough on both sides, but Schloom's a lot easier to take out than Misty.
It does
You
hit
noticed
way
that as
harder
well.
though.
Oh, only if Buoyant Borb's on the field, but look at what's happening to the poor thing right now. You'd have to menace into it. You'd have to do something into it. Get a double Nettle off right now.
if they wanted to heal.
Looks like that is going to be the play here.
Even a single nettle would bring them down to where they wipe from Sweaty.
Stinger range as well. Skarme's really considering it. First a nettle. Pass.
In the volley.
Stinger into the bottom slot. And now, lo and behold, Shloom is on a timer. It's crazy. Bongus being on the field doesn't. Sorry, Bulbasaurus being on the field doesn't actually help much. Because you can only make that swap into the top slot. If Skarme scores a point here, all of that goes to hell.
Clear field to try and restore some of that stamina loss.
It's a desperate attempt. Demolish. Down into the real threat of the game, Misty. Which of course isn't going to allow for much because Shake Off and all of that time pressure you had just gone. Now of course, all you have to do is avoid hitting down into it and you'll eventually be able to get that confirmed. It's taking, Arutema's taking 50 damage next turn even if the Menace comes out.
Yep.
And then it's Curtains. You don't get that ultimate attack off. You have to get that torch pass and then you have to just pray that you have enough momentum for it.
Yeah, Pummy is going to have to play very conservatively to bring their bench back up.
Yeah.
Or at least wait until that happens.
But furthermore, Skarme's bench is already looking better. In fact, yeah, Ruby's up. It doesn't matter if Dugout's up or not. Because nothing here can really kill it. But even then, I think Skarme has just enough to work with here. Trying to clear field, really desperately trying to build that bench up. And the block into... Arutema's not doing much of anything either. Considering the option. Pass. Provoke
Metal.
for the torch
Or
pass.
provoke.
To strike down, surgically removing every single option.
While still applying chip
the worst
damage.
ones. Yeah, also no, Bongus is sweepy right now. Lamorg is applying that pressure everywhere. You don't really have a chance to get that momentum going right now. Buoyant Warp.
And that's the
Can
first
only hope
point.
for that's Shloom. Can only hope for Shloom to do something here. In what world would we ever see Garud and just a species name, a Garud and a Deluja out healing anything with Bongus on it? That's crazy to me. And of course, because of that weep, he can't stay in for long.
Oh,
That's another cycle out. Hopper's gonna be in. And yet both teams, I say both teams, not even really. Shloom is the only thing here that can really protect the game. Due to that ultimate attack pressure, but as long as Skarme plays around it correctly, seriously nothing that can happen. Freya coming in, just to get hit with that weepy. Be a rousing strike to cure it at least. That's where Ruby comes in.
oh, yeah, that dreadful miss. That would shut down like every single option. Both Thrash and the rousing
That
strike.
rush has to come out. That rousing strike needs to be here. I don't think you can shut off Jazz after it has already been applied.
You cannot.
So at the very least, you should be checking just to make sure. If you can survive a hit from Fetch'em. But it looks like Skarme's not even going to be playing that game. Might not be. See. Pass. No. Really considering it, really taking their time as they ought to. Figure out
He was now
best
dealing
way
with
to
the
play out of
Jazz
this.
Spectrum.
Yeah, Pummy's been playing incredibly. Get away from this. Eruption into the bottom slot. Where the Bongus is. Trying to make
Luchasaurus is
sure that
back in
Demolish will never
business.
get happening. Gosh, is that the game? Has Pummy played out of it? Nothing in the back row can survive this. Have they done it? Ollie, clear field. They've done it. That's
Wow.
it. Goodness.
That's it. We are going to a game 3.
Game 3. First game of the day. You'll love to see it.
Truly amazing. Like, with how low Pummy's bench seemed to be throughout the entire match, it is absolutely insane that they managed to come back and sweep that game.
Yeah, that was really solid play. Skarme was handling the field very impressively as well. So it is impressive on both ends. Of course, last time we saw one of these two serve, last time we saw Pummy serve, Pummy lost. And they had to make their own 50-50s for it. So we'll see.
Yeah.
See what happens. What do you think the counter serve's gonna be? Oh, we don't even have time to debate.
Oh. We're just going with the heat up again.
Granted, it did really well the first time around.
Surely it'll do really well the second.
That's too surely. Pummy seems to be considering their lead a lot as well. Which, granted, I would too.
Ooh, opting to serve with Flight or Tornado Ball?
One of those two, I would assume, to get True Strike out of here.
That would be a very
No,
good
Tornado
play.
Ball for...
Ooh, opting to get the Dread out of here.
Oh, that's not a bad idea either, but that forward pass wink just means that everything's going to be stacking a lot more immediately. And this True Strike, of course. Borb is safe to hit into. Buoyant Borb.
Yeah. Skarme's now been given the opportunity to play more aggressively because of that.
Yeah, very, very scary moment to be in right now.
Sweaty
The
on both
adjustments-
beasties.
The adjustment I think we saw is that Pummy played a lot more aggressive. Skarme didn't quite shut it down as much as they needed to. I think we're going to see Skarme try and play a little more aggressively denial based. Oh!
Simply
Denied
the front
once
row
more.
walkout.
We have the whistle as well, potentially.
I think
there
that's
is no
what
threat
we're
for
going to
kills
see.
here. There's no threat to kill here.
Possibly trying to
Oh,
set
but
up
that
ultimate
heat up.
attack.
That heat up's gonna be real rough for Doggy to have to deal with, especially with Boar sweating on the field.
But it seems like the intention is for Doggy to tag out.
Oh, this is true. You're not wrong. This is a perfect set for ultimate attack. Yeah, we're just gonna see it right now. It depends on what Pummy thinks is gonna happen though, because if Sloom switching on True Strike would be rather devastating. And Skarme has been calling it pretty much every time. No, but the Sloom comes in once again. I keep meaning to say.
Very surprised Misty didn't use True Strike there.
I think the intention is to just get boy on boy. Yeah, we see the intention. It's right here, crystal clear. Ultimate attack goes down into Misty. You see this be causing them so much trouble throughout the set. But this is also a good time to get Ruby back in, as we're seeing right now.
Just sacking Misty just to get sweaty on Artetema, playing the long game yet again.
Very disciplined play coming out.
Oh, but we see a tornado ball.
It shouldn't affect too much because Joel's on this field right now. Pummy's trying desperately to keep this from coming out and affecting anything else. Spitball out into Buoyant Borb.
Trying to preemptively block the ultimate attack.
It's a good idea. It's blocked and pow down. Menace out. Buoyant Borb's going down. And I don't even know that it's worth it!
It's not.
You can walk over there! Screech that taken, yes! I love Feast the Famine, but
Yes!
it's finally the game we all love! Every single one of us. No! The Pats can still come out and take the point! Skarme! That's incredible greed. Thinking about it really hard. Walking up for that point. Will we see it? Volley.
So we're not seeing an ultimate attack.
Oh, well, of course not. It wouldn't kill. Light coming out into Palomo. Palomino. Blah, 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 blah. Of course, Wink could come out twice and really ruin someone's day.
Grit is doing a lot to both beasties here. Although there is still Menace in Hawkeye. Oh, Hawkeye.
Joel will have to swap out soon because of that. Weepy. Get a volley. Can we get a Wink? Oh. Just so that we won't have to set up Goo Goo Eyes again later. We're assuming that Sloom is swapping out. This fetch him. Does just explode. No, down into Sloom.
The last minute change.
Oh!
Giving that ultimate attack again.
It's a good call though, because it is down twice. Joel gets to switch out safely, and Sloom dies next turn. A lot of the centerpiece of Pummy's strategy as well, by the way. Fetchum's getting hit down. You have to bring in Bongus to heal something. Artetema's already going down. Fascinating. Very strong call. And now your Dread gets to get set up too.
Ooh.
Dreadful mist. Spitball into the bottom slot, whatever. Dams Fetchum. It's a strong call.
Oh, opts not to hit the Fetchum and get the point.
Yeah, if Fetchum stays in here, then it's basically a free point afterwards, or at least a free beastie. Gonna be really strong.
But yeah, Dread is set up. It seems like the field is in Skarme's favor yet again.
Very fine. Because you have to pass. Anything done here, and even then, Fetchum's going down next turn. So the best thing you can do. Oh, walk up. Crash. Get. Goes down, heals that stamina. Provoke into boop. Gotta go up into the spitball.
Only Hopper can take
I would've
this.
thought Rumble come out. Yeah, only Hopper, but then you have to deal with the rest of the Owl. If this Gambit fails, it's between sacking your VCs and trying to get a better turn later, or gambling it all on the fact that you could play really well, and then potentially really messing up for that Gambit. Freya in the front slot, Lupasaurus in the back, Lamorgan in the front, Palomino in the back. There is a safe switch in here that survives everything that Pummy could do, and that Joel. Are we gonna see it?
Joel with grit.
and quick set, mind you. So it's still a potential mix-up. Volley, volley. Down, rousing strike into Joel now. Nothing survives at the top slot. Palomino gets to serve for free.
Oh.
Oh, that might be game. There's some math that could happen. No, actually, even if you do walk up and you get 47 somehow onto Freya, the Dread will kill, and then the next turn is miserable as well. Wink up into Freya. No quick. Oh. No quick.
Oh,
We're
opting
delaying
for the
game.
spitball.
I see.
Yep.
Boy on board goes down.
Pummy sacking the point.
Call. Spitball just so that the Dread cannot get healed. Good call. If Boop and Freya both go down, then it is a terrifying set.
Pummy already has to stall for 3 turns just to get another beastie they can swap in. It's not looking great.
Yeah. Not looking great at all. Oh, that rousing strike, that walk up is incredibly greedy. You can afford it. You're 2 points up. Let's see what you do with it.
Really trying to end the game as early as possible.
Volley. Demolish. Into
Getting rid of the Dread.
the Joel. And there's nothing that can take that. There's nothing that can take it. If you still, yeah. Oh.
That is...
Volley. Grit.
Yep, that's a grit.
And again, that welcoming means only you could get something in on that bottom slot, but that's only if something's healthy. Actually, no. Fun fact for everybody. If you hit a wiped BC and it doesn't reduce their stamina to 0, then you do not get the point. So Doggy here still has some potential. That is a torch pass.
Oh.
And that is game.
And nothing can swap in.
August is not alive to take it.
Wow.
That's game. Skarme takes it 2-1. Week 2 of the Neo Crown series.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. I mean, absolutely phenomenal control.
First match of the, like, post milestone. Truly incredible.
I did not expect Mudley to be such a demon. Very scary. That was a very good gameplay from Skarme there. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. That was a very strong showing.
Absolutely.
You love to see that. I did not. There's a lot more control players popping up in the server recently, and that's very scary for me.
Yeah, I think control, it's very difficult to pilot, but if you can pilot it, then there's pretty much nothing your opponent can do, right? All of their bench is wiped. They got Dread on the field, sweaty. Like, it's hard to get out from that. And, yeah, I just think control's, like, a very interesting and flexible playstyle because you can build multiple different, like each control team looks different and plays differently.
Yeah, we got a lot of very creative teams in that regard. I might have to build one of these. I'm not even in the league, so y'all won't get to see it. That's what y'all are here for. Stay put for match 2, everybody. Sorry, y'all. Yeah. I'm thinking so. My throat's actually kind of hurting.
Oh, are we off mic?
Yeah.
Get some tea, Nero.
We're gonna take a 10-minute break here. And then we'll be back for more BC Ball.
Yeah. Take care. Stay put.
Cassidy has spike now.
We are live. So, should I introduce? Should I?
You can go first, Matt.
Well, yeah. Currently, we're waiting for the match. We have a riveting Division 3 matchup here against with Sleepy against Krasudreal. You can see here Sleepy's team setup, and should I? Mari, do you have the team layups out now, or like when should I? Okay, perfect. So yeah, just to give, I could talk about the teams or no?
We can talk about the teams.
Yeah. So firstly, giving a bit of context here, this is a very interesting Division 3 matchup. Against, we have Sleepy, who is 2-0 so far, Krasudreal, who is 0-2 so far. So although Sleepy is the favorite, who knows, this is Division 3, and Krasudreal is now in the lobby. We see that Sleepy here is running a kind of soliloquy control team, focused around using different forms of weepy. We see with Hopra and its soliloquy, and then we're going to see in a sec with Aluga Stinger and Gremlin Stinger to apply weepy, and then kind of putting switch pressure on the opponent with a mixture of Albrax, as well as Alugas's Trapper and Late Trap. Additionally, to kind of complete the tri-type core, we have a Lunaptra with Muscle Memory and Forward Pass to just enable the other attackers. Additionally, we have Hopra Rousing Strike. This serves two purposes. Firstly, to clear the weepy off of their own beasties, because this team, it doesn't really have anything that benefits off of the soliloquy, and instead uses Rousing Strike to get rid of it. The other purpose is, of course, to apply Jazzed for the attackers, that being Gremler, Alugas, and Lunaptra. In the other corner, we have Krasudreal's team, which is kind of more of a mid-rangey balanced team, similar to Sleepy, both tri-type, kind of more mid-rangey, where Krasudreal's strategy is really using beasties that kind of benefit on their own, not necessarily the team structure, but just beasties that are individually strong. We see there's going to be a drum stomp flow bongus. It sets up its own drum, it has max power invest, and will just keep hitting you with stomps that are unblockable, and it's able to heal itself even further with Dig. You're going to see that a lot with Krasudreal's team, that there's a lot of different sources of healing. Particularly, again, you're going to see very shortly there is a Hydrome with Stinger Deep Breath Patience. Kind of different than the standard Cyclone, but I like Patience. It boosts your defenses rather than forcing the opponent out, and is a good form of anti-ramp.
Yes.
Unfortunately, in this match, it won't really be that great because Sleepy's team doesn't have ramp. However, it is still good because it provides you a defense boost.
Yeah, Patience's alternative use case is for D boosts, but it doesn't seem like we have any of those to worry about either.
Additionally, we have a Skuldra that is kind of a bit of a unique set, where the Skuldra's main goal is to kind of set up Sweaty on the opposing beasties on its own, while once again healing with
Looks
rain.
like we're getting off to a great start with that muscle memory serve.
Muscle memory serve. Again, they do have to watch out because there is a Mystic, and ooh, Sauna Heat Up. What you have to remember is that as soon as the beastie comes in, like it's on the field, as soon as it comes in, it's going to apply, which does one, it basically, the sweat counter does damage as if there's one more. And oh my god, even more sweat. No defensive play, Lunaptra not moving to the front. Very interesting. And not seeing early late traps, instead deciding to use Alugas as the attacker, possibly anticipating Mystic.
It's an interesting choice to have a Vampire Lunaptra that seems more of a support role. Typically when you see a support Luna, it's running its alternative trait Survivor.
But at the same time though, this Lunaptra does have muscle memory. It is able to hit, and it still is able to hit hard. It is max invest. And although it doesn't have a traditional spike set, mono muscle memory is still quite common for these offensive Lunaptras. And here we have Lunaptra swapping out, Hopper now feeling weepy. This could be a big turn for Sleepy, potentially a lay trap turn. Ooh. The unfortunate thing here is that with drums locked in, Krasudreal can simply switch out, and the switching out pressure is going to kind of outweigh the trap's pressure, so that trap damage might not be that much. And we see that here with the dugout switch in. This is a kind of an unfortunate matchup situation where dugout kind of ignores up to 20 damage from lay traps. And this is dangerous. We could see a move up super commit. The question is Alugus gonna sack here? And no, going into the Spirit defensive Albrax here. Very interesting play. Dugout locked in place.
Still took a big hit from that dugout.
Yeah, and that's the thing that makes Krasudreal's team so interesting, is that these beasties are so individually powerful that even if there isn't any boosts or any synergies or whatever, it's still doing over half of health to an Albrax, which is very naturally Spirit bulky.
There are definitely risks to running a team that's this selfish, but it seems to be paying off so far.
Oh, but that's big. Not blocking the Hopper, needing to switch out to clear the lay traps instead. However, because of this, now that Krasudreal has two attackers in, Sleepy has to make a choice on who to double block. And Sleepy does the wise thing. Not sure of who to double block, simply moving back and just keeping their bees safe. Great principled play. Rousing Strike, potentially gonna set up the Hopper here. Possibly a Soliloquy play we might see next turn.
One of the best features of Stomp is actually the fact that it makes you angry. That way, there is no way that you can provoke or spitball the Bongus.
However, the unfortunate thing here for Stomp in this matchup is actually that the Soliloquy is going... with Hopper using Soliloquy here, the fact that Stomp might keep boosting you, those boosts no longer apply. So although it is applying yourself angry, you're not actually getting the full value from Stomp.
Although the Bongus is full attack invested, so it is still doing quite a bit of damage.
Big risk by Sleepy. Blocking the Bongus, which does have flow, basically preventing the +2 there. Very interesting, preferring to prevent the strong hit from the Bongus rather than setting up Soliloquy. But now, because the Bongus is angry, it can't click block. Oh, moves to the side. Unfortunate points. Very unfortunate. Bongus could have probably moved back, leading to continuing the rally. And there wasn't really anything to sack there for the free point.
Yeah, the side step was a big risk, and I don't think that it paid off.
Oh, but it might pay off here. We could see another share snack play. No, wait, it was nerfed. Share snack can only share snack from the front row. We could potentially see drum here.
No, it looks like it's Soliloquy.
There's the Soliloquy we were all waiting for.
Ooh, share snacking your own Bongus.
And there's the Soliloquy we're all waiting for. Rousing Strike. The Jazz from that cancels out the Weepy. So only Krasudreal's two beasties are Weepy. And now that's going to be a kill on Dugout unless the Dugout swaps out.
Or walks back.
The problem here is that the Weepy, something's going to have to 8-white. Exactly why stacking a point in the early game was a mistake. Because now it's 2-0.
Yeah,
And
that point lead.
Yeah. Instead of being able to get that clean sack and having it only be 1-0, now it's 2-0 and Krasudreal is just up against the ropes. But the thing is though, Krasudreal's team is very good at playing from behind due to those kind of defensive strats. It's more so about getting the tempo than getting the points itself. Oh! And the Hopper's Weepy from Stinger, the first soliloquy cancels out the Jazz, allowing the Stinger to go through. And now it's really about kind of finding a way to get that last point. And can Sleepy do that before Krasudreal kind of weakens away at Sleepy's team before it goes? And this is typically why you run sideways on these soliloquy teams, so you can get these kind of free points at your opponent switching out. Unfortunately, though, Sleepy's team doesn't have that, and more so just relies on just keeping up pressure throughout the game, which is going very well, might I add.
Yeah, with the drums up, we did see one of the huge major downsides of running Steamer, which is the fact that it will do nothing if there are drums.
However, now we're seeing the soliloquy beastie is gone, so those stomps can kind of go unimpeded. Likely gonna be a Bongus moving forward here.
That would be a really risky play with that mine defense on that thing.
It's true. But the problem is that Hydrome has 3 Weepies, so it's gonna 8-wipe unless something happens, and instead the Bongus swaps out. The Hydrome is gonna 8-wipe.
Well, looks like we're gonna see a torch pass.
Oh wow, a clean torch pass, allowing for another round of soliloquies. Ooh. Question is there, does the Skuldra going for a Rousing Strike? Does Sleepy's team have enough pressure to get through that team, even though it is applying 8 wipes? Sleepy's team isn't really an offensive team itself, so it might struggle, and that 8 wipe might not feel like the long 8 wipe that it normally is. The thing is, though, is that at the same time, Krasudreal's team doesn't have the pressure to really threaten Sleepy while the Lunaptra is wiped on its own. So really, this is kind of a bit of a mirror
free
image
ball.
here. No, but the double rain! Dealing 40 there and dealing 20 damage. Very interesting play. I really like it.
I mean, it is a good idea to heal the Skuldra, but also with the drums on the field, it doesn't seem like it's going to be able to make much momentum here.
That's why what Krasudreal needs to do is make aggressive switches and kind of play the momentum. Both beasties at the front, not swapping into Mystic. The other thing about Mystic's corner shot that you do need to remember is it is kind of sideways pressure. If you have 2 beasties at the front, you can't really hit a double block, or else they'll sneak in and get that point with a corner shot.
The inclusion of double block in the game does add so much more utility to corner shot.
Only dealing 10 off the rain. Skuldra. Oh, this is an interesting situation with the Albrax in play there.
That Albrax has been doing so much work this game. The pressure it is putting on them is
The
insane.
unfortunate thing here is it is about to get 8-wiped with the Sweaty. Wow! What a read there we see from Krasudreal. Moving out of the way and just saving the game there. That was risky though, because if the Skuldra slot was hit, then that would have been a problem. However, Krasudreal, likely knowing that Sleepy wants to 8-wipe the Skuldra with Albrax. Wait, no, Albrax is wiped. Nonetheless, they're saving the game.
Ooh!
Chat, get rid of the Weepy! Dealing 61. Likely gonna be an 8-wipe there for the Skuldra. Has to move sideways. And of course we see RS into the empty slot. If Skuldra does not move sideways, that is game.
The chant was excellent for the dugout, however, I am a bit concerned about the board state after we see an 8-wipe on a previously full health Skuldra.
No, the dugout has chance. There won't be an 8-wipe.
Right.
And that's what we see right there. We see chance. That's the thing what Sleepy needs to do, because Sleepy has 3 different forms of applying Weepy onto the opponent. Ooh.
Those jazz stingers hurt.
Oh, Nettle Rousing Strike does take down the Skuldra. So this is what we call a 50-50 for game here. And once again, Krasudreal gets another 50-50 right, calling it with the Gremler. Ooh,
With the double block, though, the Gremler will live.
Yeah, but we can see a walk up into share snack.
No snack have been shared.
Oh, no share snack, and fortunately.
Oh, and the nervous is.
Yeah, that's game, set, and match here. Well, not match, no, just game. Point and game. My apologies. We still have another game 2 and potentially game 3 to see here.
Well, that was an
Oh my
interesting
god, a double
choice.
block lives!
It even just lives on normal block. But the Skuldra will. Oop, never mind, it's game. That was interesting.
Now we have game 2. Of course, the main things that we need to think about. How is Krasudreal going to be more aggressive to kind of sack more beasties and just not let the Weepy affect them? And then how is Sleepy going to manage Chant? I think those are the two key things that each player needs to worry about into game 2. What are your thoughts?
I feel that the drums up really made it very difficult for that sweat stall to be able to do its job, and applying the Weepy from the soliloquy over and over again also neutered the primary offense of Bongus. So it's definitely going to be a matter of getting rid of that Hopra as soon as possible and trying to work around the drums and keeping in mind Albrax.
Well, we could see maybe Krasudreal will bring more Mystic into this. Mystic is Krasudreal's strongest mind attacker on the team, and really the third member of that kind of tri-type core alongside Bongus and Dugout.
Interesting to start with a Rousing Strike serve instead of Muscle Mim.
It makes sense, because if you're intending on going for a turn 1 Solilo, you won't be ooh, and there we go, spreading the sweaty. Likely gonna walk.
Honestly, I think I would have doubled up Sweaty on that Hopper to try and get rid of it as fast as possible.
And there's the Bongus. The thing with this Hopper though is it is no Spirit Invest, which is quite uncommon for Rousing Strike. Hopper really intending on more of a support role than an attacker role, while focusing more on the Lunaptra and the Alugus.
Exactly, that defensive profile would make it much more tempting of a target for repeated doses of sweat.
And that's the problem with using Steamer on Skuldra. If you need to set up your drums, now you end up doing an attack that does no damage. That's the risk when you use a play that is such high upside.
Completely healed off by those drums.
But at the same time, Lunaptra is going to be minus 40 because you have the 3 sweat and you have the sauna.
Ooh, we don't have any way to get rid of the Weepy off of that Skuldra on the field, so that thing is going to go down.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Very preemptive torch pass there. But the Skuldra 8-wiping this early is not necessarily a problem. Sleepy's team isn't the pinnacle of offense, it doesn't have sideways. There are going to be ample opportunities to get it back.
This is true, however the sweat will make it a little bit harder to keep it in the game for the long game.
Not as what Krasudreal's team. Once again, not going for Mystic, seeing that there is 2 guys in the front. The problem with Corner Shot, although it does apply the sideways pressure, it's not that powerful of a move in and of itself. And with the drums live, it makes its secondary effect null and void.
However, getting hit full force with a a Soul Crusher would do a lot of damage.
Do you, as probably the premier Mystic user in this server, what are your thoughts on Soul Crusher Mystic?
I haven't actually run Soul Crusher on any of my Mystics. I find that Echo Strike provides much more value out of it.
But Soul Crusher, though, it's got that 110 damage. It's
well, yeah, but it does have the downside of its damage reducing after the opponent takes damage, and that is kind of counterintuitive, especially to run on a sweat chipping team.
Or a Dreadful Mist team.
Yes, or a Dreadful Mist team.
Oh, and we're gonna see an 8 wiping Hydro maybe.
Oof.
Krasudreal not figuring out how to manage the Weepy in time.
The only Weepy out here would be the dugout. And here it comes.
Oh, with the chance.
Exactly.
Oh, and then we can see Stinger, not necessarily to apply Weepy, but to remove that Jazz. That might be a problem. And the Albrax losing its Jazz. Hopper still has it, but again, the problem is Hopper's not offensively invested.
Mm-hmm. I think that it would have been smart for this team to run some Dread Mist somewhere. Because this team really wants to weep you and make you sweaty. And those two things go very well.
The only beastie here that really benefits from Dread is the dugout.
That is true. However, the Hydron is capable of basically ignoring its effects, especially with the Bongus on the field.
Very interestingly, Sleepy's team actually has a Dreadful Mist Gremlin, while not having the Dread support either.
Yeah.
So it is definitely a possible strategy you could run to kind of stop Jazz, to stop Shield, to stop other things that kind of could mess with your kind of sweat strategy.
And another way to run Dread is to run alongside Clear Field. And there are a couple of users of both Dread Mist and Clear Field, Scaldra being one of them.
Oh, Hopper getting the soliloquy, but getting Weepy nonetheless. Though it probably will volley Rousing Strike to clear both the Weepy on itself and on the Alugus. Krasudreal doing a good job of kind of chipping away.
I think the hardest thing for Krasudreal to deal with in this moment in time is just the constant spread of the Weepy. Having to swap out all the time makes a consistent game plan a lot harder to pull off.
The unfortunate thing for Sleepy is that the constant swapping means that those lay traps are not getting the value that they would do if the traps were able to build up. And that's really the balance that you need to strike when having lay traps on a team. Because you want them to swap and get hit by the traps, but if they swap too much, then the traps go away.
This is why I feel that lay trap and trap setting in general actually seem to go a lot better alongside something like Sweaty or Dread.
Oh, and there's the lay trap. Oh, Bongus switches in. No, ooh, and if the Alugus doesn't swap out, it's gonna 8 wipe. So could be
I imagine
into the Lunaptra here, actually.
maybe. I imagine that we're going to see a rain from the Scaldra. It won't completely get rid of the rabbit, but... And there it goes.
Well, for the Lunaptra.
This will make it impossible for that Lunaptra to get back on the field again,
Yeah,
unless there are some good reads.
Oh, did it just... Oh my god,
No
it
torch pass.
Not a torch pass. Yeah, I mean, torch pass could have been problematic because it would have gone all the way down to 60 max HP.
Although I
Krasudreal
doubt we'll
doing a
see it
really
in
good-
again. At 5
Yeah, but
stamina.
Sleepy's team is, or sorry, Krasudreal's team is doing what it needs to do. Really kind of just kind of break down the stamina, not winning on the point scoring, but winning on just Sleepy's team just having such low stamina.
And Sleepy's bench is starting to look really degraded at this point.
Sleepy does get the first point, but that might not necessarily be enough.
We may finally see... Nope.
No, it's the dugout.
It is always smart to swap in a beastie that can take the traps while not taking any damage from them, getting rid of those stacks.
Just looks like, oh wow, opting to clear out the sweat from the Scaldra. You mentioned it, or the sweat from who is that?
Yeah, it was Scaldra.
Yeah, you were mentioning before that Scaldra might have a harder time coming in with the sweat, but
Now it's
Krasudreal
gone.
did manage that problem.
Finally,
there's
we get
the
to see Mystic! Mystic has been left out of the games lately, so now we get to see what kind of fun activities it's going to get up to.
No, unfortunately, it really will just be falling to that high drum.
Yeah.
Well, it just stingers away. Because it looks like Sleepy is really in a precarious situation.
Besides,
Is
with
this checkmate right here?
Ooh.
Oh, Albrecht lives on 6. But this... Yeah, if Sleepy's not careful, this might just be checkmate next turn.
With Mystic's kind of relatively low, not super low, but relatively low mind stat, it really does enjoy having that net space in order to do good damage.
Moving up the Gremlin here. So now this is not checkmate. This is actually a 50-50 for game right here. But based on where the Gremlin decides to move.
If that corner shot is able to do enough damage, it may not actually be a 50-50. We'll have to see. Oh,
And that is checkmate. That is a... Yeah, that's a win for Krasudreal. That's a win for Krasudreal. It's just gonna be volley, serve, get a point, serve, get... Wait, how much does it do to Hopra, actually? Does this one-shot the Hopra?
I can't tell without the preview.
And that is checkmate.
Yep.
Game for Krasudreal. Doing what they needed to do, really just kind of whittling down, and that's what control teams do best. Is that they, again,
And now
they
we're
don't
1-1.
win with yeah, they don't win with the points. They win by just really degrading the other team's health and just keeping and just like keeping a foothold on the game and just forcing bad mistakes. Some of Sleepy's mistakes in this game kind of catching up, not doing the torch pass on Lunaptra. So now I think how Sleepy needs to adapt is, how do I just keep my bench healthy and prevent the control from kind of taking over? Yeah, Sleepy's gotta just iron those things, and if they do what they did in game 1, while ironing out that bench, this could be a game 3 win for Sleepy. And we're finally going to see Krasudreal doing a serve. Likely gonna be a Scaldra Steamer serve.
Probably. Yeah.
I mean, that's Steamer with the... Yeah, and there's the Hopra, like... Oh!
Corner shot.
Soul Crusher! Wow! Anticipating that they might bring a drum counter serve, I'm bringing Soul Crusher to just punish that Hopra.
No, we still see the corner shot serve.
Oh, goes for the corner shot instead.
That's interesting to choose
Likely
corner shot.
preferring- Yeah, I mean, likely preferring that damage over time rather than the immediate payoff that the Soul Crusher gives.
The Mystic is free to walk up here. Oh,
Yeah, walk
and
up
it
and
does-
just get a mean Soul Crusher.
It could still walk up and hit a really nasty Soul Crusher. It's high damage plays like these that are actually really fun to pack next to Weepy, because swapping out
and the
means you're not
80
blocking.
damage there. The Albrecht switch was not safe because there was that a really high damage Soul Crusher, potentially threatening a kill on the Albrecht.
Wow.
I'm actually gonna bring this to the Calc Cam. That is a 30 POW Mystic. At the net. Soul Crusher to an Albrecht. And that Albrecht is maximum mind defense. Mystic at the net. Albrecht's at the back.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh, they don't. No, it wouldn't. What?
Wow.
The reason it did so much to that Lunaptra was really because it was uninvested in mine. The Albrechts would have lived very healthily, actually.
Fun.
So we saw what looks like a Torch Pass play.
It's actually fairly smart to have your Soul Crusher beastie in the game very early on, since Soul Crusher heavily benefits from full health beasties.
And that is what Sleepy has right now. Yeah, there's the deep breath. Getting near maximum value. Of course, has the 30 healing, plus the additional 30 healing from the from Hydrome's trait. Very useful combination. And then,
Interestingly enough, setting up drums and doing as much healing as you possibly can is technically a benefit for the Mystic at the end of the day, since Soul Crusher is obviously going to do much more damage when the beasties are near full health.
oh, big bad dugout gonna probably hit a super commit here. That is 91.
Ooh.
And now the blocking isn't necessarily. We've seen it a few times in these games with Sleepy actually moving back, not knowing who to block, so just taking the safe option instead and moving back. This time we don't see that.
And here again, we see a big downside of running Soul Crusher as opposed to something else, wherein the share snack technically reduced the amount of damage the Soul Crusher did.
But it did heal the dugout, which is really the important thing.
This is true. It gets the dugout out of KO range from the Stinger. Ooh, correct read on that block.
Yeah. One thing Krasudreal has been really good with today is those reads. Has been saving 50-50s. And could we see a corner shot here? It's not safe for Sleepy to keep both guys in the front. No,
Nope.
goes for the Soul Crusher. Interesting.
Those Soul Crushers really aren't doing a ton from back row, though.
Yeah, the thing is, those rousing strikes aren't either. But the purpose of that Hopra is really to just defend, and the attacking is secondary here. So even though it's not doing as much as a normal Hopra would do, I think Sleepy is more than fine with that. And with the Lunaptra coming back in 2 turns, Sleepy is doing exactly what they needed to do, keeping their bench health.
You still get
kind of eliminating a lot of.
still get decent damage, even with it being a no attack investment Hopra, due to the fact that the beasties currently fielded are spirit weak naturally.
Oh, we're seeing a Salilo here.
Most likely to try and get those traps to have some good value.
Yeah, that is 4 out of 4 lay traps here. And the thing is, you're gonna have to switch out with the Salilo, and now the lay traps are gonna do damage. And even more, with Lucas's trait, you don't even need to set up more lay traps. They're gonna replace themselves. Likely gonna be a sack here from the Hopra.
It would be so interesting to see a version of this metagame where Weepy was still blocked by drums.
Oh, interesting. Not sacking the Hopdra, likely banking on the fact that it will that you'll be able to torch pass it later with the Lunaptra. However, not doing that in the previous game is what cost Sleepy.
The Hopra is one of the most valuable players on that team, though, so keeping it topped up and not sweaty seems to be the priority. But sacking it was likely better.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna see again that Steamer with the drums up is not really gonna be doing that much. And letting the dugout go!
Weird. It's not a grid dugout either.
I was expecting a very, very different play. And now,
goodbye,
again,
friend.
The late trap pressure. And although Krasudreal is the one that likes applying pressure on the opposing team, right now it's Sleepy in the driver's seat.
Mm-hmm. That's a pretty meaty stinger, especially through traps.
We can see a sock here from probably the Mystic, and that is what we see.
Goodbye,
Very
Mystic.
heads up sock. It gets rid of a layer of late traps while getting a 4-white from the Mystic. And there is the Hydrome. Now finally finding a way to kind of eliminate some of that late trap pressure. However, again, with those drums, the Steamer won't be doing that much.
And here comes that torch pass. Raining into the Luna, I feel like may not have been the best decision since the chip really didn't mean anything at the end of the day. But the healing was great.
Yeah, but the problem is that Elugus is still here, just still applying those late traps, and that is probably going to be the thing that wins Sleepy the game.
Mm-hmm. Although Hydrome is fairly capable of stalling if that dugout can come back in time, but it doesn't look like it. 6 wipe is hard to get rid of.
Well, the problem is how is that Hydrome going to come back when it's Weepy? And the thing is, you really need to pressure the Elugus here. It's really kind of setting up those late traps and making those swaps so hard.
There's not really much on this team that the Elugus fears.
I'm going for the Hopra!
That Hydrome needs to swap out pronto or it's a goner.
Likely going to be into the Bongus, maybe.
That would be more risky than swapping in Mystic, but it will chip down the Mystic quite a bit.
It will be what you need to do is to sock that point.
Dugout.
Oh, wow! The idea here is that you're kind of blanking late traps without letting it affect your alive beasties.
Mm-hmm. That could actually be a very good.
It will lead to a free ball. It will lead to a free ball though,
Yeah.
which is the unfortunate thing.
Still gonna get some value out of the rain though. Oh, although I don't know if it was worth it because now we have 2 Trapper Beasties on the field, which means double the lay trap every turn.
Those late traps are just gonna keep adding up and adding up.
Oh, and the Nettle gets rid of all of the value of the rain.
And now that you're not able to, now that you didn't get rid of Elugus in the earlier of the game, this is where it's gonna punish you.
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure if there's any coming back from this much trap.
Yeah, very interesting. And instead of, however, the thing is though, Sleepy is actually not capitalizing on it that much. Sleepy's team isn't really filled with offensive threats.
No, but that Grimlock could still hurt you.
The Stinger, yeah, no, this is likely gonna be a point here.
Unless we see Mystic swap in, but poor Bongus.
No! Oh, the Hydrome is just locked out of the game.
Oh, it looks like we are going to see the dugout coming back.
And the Skuldra's gonna be 8 white.
If Squaldra swaps out
Oh,
in the next turn... No, wait,
No.
it can't. It's dead.
no, it gets 8 white. It gets 8 white
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, it does.
then with the
R.I.P.
Bongus-
Squaldra.
Yeah, and then with the Skulldra being 8 wiped and the Hydron basically just locked out for the rest of the game.
I think it's GG unless there's some clever champ plays, but I don't think there'll be enough stamina to pull it off.
No, but what we could potentially see is using Chant on a wiped beastie. And although it doesn't heal full, it will... And there's the Unflappable coming in again.
I don't think that there's enough turns for them to do everything that they need to do in order to take this game back.
And that is certainly a start, though. The Bongus now back. But... Is this checkmate? How much is a Rousing Strike doing to that Mystic? Not enough.
Constant weepy pressure, though, that is really paying
And
off.
combined with the late
Oh,
Krasudreal not pressuring the Alugus as much as they need.
oh, I'm not
Although
sure
they're
I
doing
agree
good.
with that play.
What, the Bongus?
Yeah, if the dugout had been able to live walking to the
Oh,
front,
but
it might have been able to. Oh, but there's
That's
so
why
much
there was that-
BB.
The thing is, though, is that the dugout, because of its unflappable, will take less damage from the late trap.
This is true, but it's it's a lot riskier to swap it in.
Oh! The Bongus at 1 is going to 8 wipe. Actually, this is not a bad thing. It's better to have the Bongus be 8 wipe than be a 1, because then when it returns, it either returns at full, or when it gets chanted, it's at least going to return with some of its
And the
health.
walk-up super commit not doing enough to get rid of that Alugus.
Oh! What? No! Not going for the
Free
8
ball.
wipe! Oh, that might have been a game-losing play.
Yeah,
Krasudreal been very, very good with those sideways moves. Let's see if they see it this time. Oh,
that bench is not looking so good.
and they moved the wrong way. Sleepy able to just keep that lay pressure on all game, and it just ends up too much.
Well played, both players. Congratulations, Sleepy.
Congratulations, Sleepy. That was a very back and forth set. We saw game 1 with a lot of those Salilo pressures with the Albrax. And then game 2 with Krasudreal bringing it back with sweat pressure. And then Sleepy kind of taking a page from Krasudreal's book, like kind of using that same kind of indirect damage pressure against Krasudreal, and just using the Alugus as kind of the new main game plan there. Great long-term strategy, honestly, for both players.
I think that those drums and that soliloquy were really putting in a ton of work. That Hopra was a keystone to keeping everything in place and running smoothly for Sleepy.
Yeah. Let's pull up the lead standings. Where do we report them?
Should be able to see them on the stream.
Oh, I'm not on the stream currently. I can pull them up then from the announcements. Should I start with Division 3, I guess? Oh, the updated
It's the new ones.
Oh, where are they?
they're on the stream.
I was just watching the game through the screen share there.
Yeah.
So if we pull up, oh yeah, the stream then be on. Yeah, apologies as I look for the stream.
Sorry, I have to wait through 20 seconds of an ad before I can talk about it.
Okay, so here we are,
We've got
pulling up the standings. We can start with Division 3 here. After that win by Sleepy, there are still 4 undefeated players in Division 3. However, this is because a lot of players either had buys in Division 1 and did not play their round 1 buys, and now round 2 just started. So with that, Sleepy secures at least 3 wins there, likely keeping them at the top of the table going forward. Additionally, we have Ment Smile as well as our 2 players who received buys in the previous round, Unknown Guitar and Jarton. Additionally, we have 2 1-on-1 players with Jerem and Heliangelo, with the current players yet to get their first win, looking for this week, Selly, Borderline, and Krasudreal.
In Division 2, it looks like we have Malimsi taking the top spot alongside Bird and Griffin. Oh, and Wavewise. All undefeated players.
Yes, and then additionally, we have Ents who did receive a round 1 bye. Won their only game there, so they are 1-0. With Mari and Phoenix, two really scary players that I'm personally very scared of playing myself at 1-1. With Bobby, after the whole fiasco there, was given a loss for their first game, looking to bounce back. With Eli, Coolbs, Patcat, and Malbite at 0-2. However, this is Division 2. Anyone can beat anyone.
Yep. And then over in Division 1, our undefeated champions reign as Score, Matt,
Look at
Marburst,
that
and
right
Catallo.
there. Me, undefeated. Let's see if I can bring it back in my
Congratulations,
next
Matt.
2 games. My next 2 games, I am against Eri and Pixelakio. 2 very hard matchups. Both players are currently 1-on-1. Very unique playstyles. Both picking up very big wins in their first games. As we see with that 1-on-1, we have Web Bowser, we see Pixelakio, we have Your Bestie, who actually took down Dino in week 1. And that's why Dino only here in 1-on-1. A bit of a surprise to see Dino this low in the first week. Additionally, Mabel only 1-on-1 after losing to Eri, my round 2 opponent. Additionally, we have Termax, who was another really high standing player after the most recent heat wave. As well, Skarme just picked up their first win on the stream. And then additionally, we have Pummy there. It's 1-on-1.
Another
Should that be
1-1.
Yeah. And then at the bottom
It
there
should be
we have Ego, Unfortunate Victims, Ket, and King of Charge. We'll see if those players can have a bounce back.
Oh, I'm sure they will. Ket and King of Charge are very good players.
Yeah, in my opinion, 2 of arguably the top 5 players in this game. 2 players that, honestly, if it was another day, I could have very easily gone 0-2 in those first 2 games. And Ket and Charge could have very easily been in 2-0. But that's just the margins that we are playing with in Division 1 here.
Division 1 definitely has a bunch of tough competition.
And we did see a bit of that tough competition earlier in the previous game that we saw between Skarme and Pummy. Is there anything more that we would... Yeah. Well, that was an amazing stream. Congratulations to our 4 players who played on stream. It is very stressful, something I honestly don't think I can do myself.
Oh yeah, I'm so bad on stream. It's awful.
Yeah, stream can kind of do that to you. It kind of there is that additional pressure that you know that so many people are watching you, and it could force you to just make weird plays.
Absolutely.
And, yeah, I personally don't have the best record myself when playing on stream, and really, I gotta commend the players that come out there and show off their skills and just do what they gotta do. It's a really impressive skill. So yeah, I guess this is our signing off.
Yeah, these are some great games, and it was fun to be here.
Yeah, honestly, control matchups are my favorite ones to watch in Beastie Ball. There's so many different moving parts that you need to constantly just play around. And it really felt like a fun experience just watching that game in real time. Signing
Yeah.
off, and thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night.